I chose the perfect Marvel character to be a tank in Marvel Rivals, and I got that boy Hercules. Now, some of you are probably thinking, isn't Hercules just strong like Hulk or Thing? How could he be differentiated? So Hercules uses a lot of weapons in Marvel. Like, look at this picture. That boy has a bag. So, his primary fires, he's going to use his golden mace, which is pretty strong. Swing back and forth, nothing too crazy. Then his first ability is going to be Sky Shattering Punch, since, he shook the heavens and stuff fighting Thor. So he punches an enemy, and it basically hits them so hard it cracks the sky, which sends out an omnidirectional shockwave. So any other enemies in the vicinity basically get knocked back, and the main enemy, they get knocked back a ton with like a shockwave stream, and they get stunned, and it does more damage if that knockback connects into a wall. So he's really gonna make some space. Then his next ability is his bow. So he pulls out his bow. He's able to shoot up to 2 arrows, and they do a lot of damage. But the main thing, he's not like Hawkeye, but because these arrows will actually like stab into an enemy like Batista bolts, and they will knock them down and stun them and like pin them to the ground, like stab directly into the concrete. So they will knock a flyer all the way out the sky. And his last ability is Greek grappling, where he grabs the enemy and he suplexes them down, because Hercules be getting down with the grappling. He be doing all sorts of chokeholds and stuff. Then his ultimate is lift the heavens, where he basically stands still, becomes stationary with extra health, and he lifts the skies. And what this does, it creates clouds in a certain vicinity. These clouds obscure enemy view, but for allies they're basically see-through like barriers, and allies can hop on and walk on these clouds, and these clouds also act as shields. So shields that you can stand on. So he basically gives his ally a whole bunch of shields that they can stand on and shoot through in the sky that obscure enemy view. But of course, he himself can't do anything during this because he's stunned. And then, he got his team up with Thor called Godly Rivalry. Wherever one of them, when him and Thor are in the game, whenever one gets a kill, the other gets a slight damage boost and, a little overhealth. Those things is something like 50 or 75 health. So, go back and forth with their rivalry. And I could have given him a fourth ability because he has stuff like, this shield with Medusa face and all these weapons that I showed earlier. But I think, this works, this nice little simple kit I gave him.